All right, welcome everybody. Welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope your week went well. Hope you guys, I hope you like, share, and subscribe. This is the first post-game baseball we've done all season. This damn chair is so squeaky. Where's the WD-40 at? All right, first off, shout out to Patreon supporters. Listen, if you guys want a shot at this Corliss autographed big nasty Corliss card, you got to be legendary status for a shot at winning this bad boy right there. All right, got to be legendary status. You got a shot at some other cool cards, even if you're not legendary status. Got the Daniel Gafford, little Danny G, right? The Chrome, and then Darrell Walker for you OGs. How cool is that? So yeah, all right. Shout out to, of course, all of you Patreon supporters. I do appreciate it. You guys help keep this whole thing afloat. Also, shout out to our sponsors: Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company, same-day services, quality parts, affordable outcomes, 501-244-3667. Also, really quick, anyone affected by the storms or the tornadoes in the Rogers, Bentonville area, Direct Service Overhead is offering completely free estimates, and they've been getting stuck open doors closed, getting cars out of garages that are stuck in their garages. That's free. All you gotta do is give them a call. They'll come help you out. Of course, they'll give you a quote if you want one, but hit up DSO, Direct Service Overhead. If you know anybody that's been affected, give them, share the link with them. Yeah. That'd be awesome if you would do that. I'm sure your neighbors would appreciate it as well. Also, this show is brought to you by Insurance Max. Business, personal, life, and health, retirement. We shop the best rates for you. Sign up or call for a free quote. You get a shot at winning a free copy of EA College Football 2.5, which drops on July 19th. There you go. So, yeah, they cover all four corners of the state. Both those links, Direct Service Overhead and Insurance Max, are provided for you down below. They're also in our Discord page. If you look at the top left side of your screen on Discord, you can see their information's up there for you. Oh boy. All right. This one was it was gorgeous at first. It was nice. It was some good. So some Arkansas finding ways to get things done. They got off to a wonderful start. This looked like, oh my God, they're about to beat the hell out of SEMO. They got off to an 8-0 run. Arkansas baseball looking the part. They did it all. And in the beginning, at least for the first 2 innings, I should say. And then the third inning, the top of the third, SEMO scored 4 runs. They're able to turn this thing into a game. Arkansas got their first run in the first inning, and then the second inning they got their 7 runs. And yeah, by the bottom of the second inning, we were thinking this might get pretty ugly. And SEMO, their bats. Listen, these guys have won 12 out of the last 14 games. They are playing really good ball. To come down 8-0, to tie it up, to force Arkansas in a corner the way they did was pretty impressive. I think we got to give SEMO a ton of credit. A ton of credit. So they'll play the loser tomorrow between Louisiana Tech and Kansas State. I don't have the times on those games. If anybody knows the times, that would be great. I was looking at Arkansas, of course. I don't know if they've updated their okay, no, it is the PM game. That's what I thought. They did update it. Sweet. June 1st, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Oh, that's going to be fun. They're going to get the winner of Louisiana Tech and Kansas State. Louisiana Tech they have been on fire. They're hitting the ball well. Considered one of the better hitting teams, especially in the Fayetteville regional. That's not hard when Arkansas's in your regional. In terms of, I should say, getting runs, moving, advancing runners. It's been a problem for Arkansas. I've been telling you guys for weeks, the hitting, they're making plenty of contact with the ball. That's happening. And I'm not just talking fouls. They're doing a pretty decent job of making a little bit of contact. I think these last 10 games, they're averaging something like 9 hits a game or 8 or 9 hits a game or something. I mean, they're doing a pretty good job there. It's just when they have guys, runners in scoring position, as we've talked about over and over, this has been the challenge for them. Southeast Missouri State had no answer for Arkansas's hitting today, but vice versa. Arkansas really didn't have a lot of answers for them either. But if you listen, this one kind of felt like, I think they had 2 errors. You know, you had the moment where Arkansas has a runner on third and they don't advance the runner and they end up leaving 3 guys stranded. There were mistakes on both ends here that were just head scratchers, right? SEMO, good Lord, what is their fielding position? I thought for a while their defense just looked rough. Their infield looked rough, man. Arkansas lucked out several times in this game, but so did SEMO. That's what it takes sometimes, man. You look at these teams that advance and get pretty far. I guarantee you, I don't know how far back you want to go, but like every team that's won a national championship or has made a good run into Omaha, they had a little bit of luck on the way, and Arkansas got a little bit of luck. But this one was all about the hitting. All about the hitting. Hey, again, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. The link is provided for you if you want to call in. If you want to, I don't know why that link didn't go. Let me try that again. Did it work that time? There we go. Offense catching fire at the right time. 6 bombs, 17 runs. That's a dub, says Pigpen. Absolutely. Appreciate all the likes and shares, by the way. Thank you, guys. John Goodman, what say you? What's going on, man?
Man, what a game this was. Back and forth. My goodness.
Were you ever nervous? Were you like sweating bullets at any point?
Ooh, I was getting worried there for a little bit.
Yeah, I was too, man. Especially when they tied it up, it kind of felt like, especially with the reputation that Arkansas's bats have. I mean, they can go cold momentarily. They can.
I just seen SEMO starting to get all them hits. I just had to walk away for a second. It's like, I don't want to watch this right now. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I tell you what's crazy. The leadoff hitter for SEMO had 5 walks.
Yeah, he almost tied a tournament record. Is that what they said?
Yeah, it would have been 6 walks in one game.
God. I mean, 3 walks in one game is impressive. 4 walks is crazy. 5 is nuts. And then to think that he could have gotten the 6th was absolutely wild. Tony Brown says it's home runs or no fun for our Arkansas Razorbacks. It seems like. No, I don't know about that. They hit some gappers. I disagree with that. I think they did a pretty good job of hitting the ball where it needed to go. Not all the time. I mean, my God, when you have 17 runs, how many hits? 16 hits. Okay, yeah, some of them might not go where they're supposed to go, but most of them today did. I just got to disagree, but there was certainly a lot. There was some power ball. There's no doubt about that.
Ty, are you going to watch this next game in a little bit to see what we're going to do for tomorrow?
I plan on it. Yeah, probably. I probably will. I'll have it on at least in the background for sure. Try to keep an eye on it.
I know one thing, sure, we definitely need Hagen Smith to pretty much throw a complete game tomorrow to save our bullpen for Sunday.
They're going to need, and I don't want to get too far into tomorrow, but yeah, they're going to need a good, strong. I'd love to see him go full 6 innings. And I know that's asking a lot, even for a guy like Hagen, although, I mean, not really, but it's a lot, especially in a tournament setting, whether you're at home, neutral field, or on the road, to ask a guy to go 6 innings, depending on, obviously, pitch count. You know, if you're getting quick, easy outs like Molina was there in the beginning, you know, then, yeah, you kind of expect someone like Hagen to go 6 innings. But if they can get him for 6, and then I don't know what they do out of the bullpen, but they used I don't know about you, John. I kind of felt like they used a little more than they wanted to out of the pen today.
Yeah, I agree with that too. But I tell you, the one thing that I really started that stand out for me was, okay, you had Mason Lenny come in. You know, he did what he needed to do, but he needs to start coming out, I think, out of the pen instead of being a starter.
Yeah.
The person that come out of the pen that really needs to be a starter, I think, is the true freshman Gabe Geichel. He had a great pitching line. It was only like 3 innings, but he only gave up 1 run.
Yeah. I mean, he did give up 3 hits, but that's not bad. 3 innings, especially these guys were on fire. And he did get 6 Ks. He had 6 Ks in 3 innings. That's not bad for middle relief.
Right. And they said in the future he'll probably be a starting pitcher. So I would say go ahead and try to get him ready now, because we may need a second hand, maybe going into, if we get to the super regionals.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree. They're going to have to find somebody, because obviously Tigard's he's not going to pitch this weekend. We know that. He's out. And that might be for the best. Molina, I don't know. He comes out the gate on fire like that, and you're thinking, man, we might actually get 5 innings out of this guy. He pitches 2 and 2 when he ends up pitching, and he gives up 4 earned runs. Now he only gave up 2 hits, but just 4 strikeouts and 4 earned runs. Of course, he walked 4 hitters. That's no good. That's the thing that stood out to me today was the walks. I love the 13 Ks, but the 10 walks, that's insane. Yeah. Even for an off day for this bullpen, for Molina to have, I mean, between Molina and McIntyre, that's 8 walks in a little more than 3 innings, or 4 total, I think. But that's insane. That's going to hurt you, and it did. SEMO was able to move runners and get guys home.
I tell you, this team that's coming up, I hope if we have to face Louisiana Tech tomorrow, that's the team that scares me in this regional. Is Tech.
Offensively, they are they're on fire, and not that SEMO again, they've won 12 out of their last 14. Good hitting team, and they could string them together. But Louisiana Tech might be a legitimate upper tier S-class. Some of the nerds in chat know what I'm talking about. S-class kind of hitting. And if I would rather not play them, if I'm being honest.
They got a former Hog on there. Ethan Bates is on their team.
Ethan Bates, he's a stud. Absolutely. Hagen going 9 shutout tomorrow, says Christian. What's up, Christian? Hagen going 9 shutouts tomorrow. All right, 15 Ks. Good Lord. Good Lord. Against anybody in this tournament, that would be insane. I don't know. That probably should have been my prediction in Discord for our predictions, is either pitch count for Hagen, how many Ks, how many walks. These guys are apparently really good at taking walks. Bobby Swain says Hagen Smith will go 7 max. If you get 7 out of him, you talk about saving your bullpen. What has happened to our pitching staff? You got any takes on that, John?
Maybe it's just the number of innings they've pitched. Outside of Hagen Smith, what do you? It's like you're all saying, Ty. What do you got outside of Hagen Smith?
Who you gonna get? They have. See, this is the thing that's wild. 90% of the season, 85%. You felt like anybody could come out of that bullpen and just cook. And all of a sudden, it's like, I'm hearing people say, well, they figured out their pitches. Well, hold on now. I mean, come on. There's a reason why there's guys that pitch in the big leagues for years. Of course, people know they're pitching. I mean, that's I don't know if I'm sure that's some of it. I think it might be wear and tear. Maybe they're saying that they like to do for their pitching is they just want to throw hard. That's their saying. That's Hobbs' thing. Throw the ball hard. Maybe they're throwing it too hard. I don't know. Maybe they're putting way too much in all their pitches. I don't know. I never played pitcher. I have no idea what that can do to your arm with that kind of philosophy on the mound. But I kind of wonder if they've just maybe they've almost emptied the tank on some of these guys. I came into this thinking they were going to hold SEMO down to at least, maybe 7 or 8 hits, 5, 6 runs, something like that, especially with who you knew they had available. I mean, it's basically everybody outside of Hagan. They're not going to pitch Hagan, obviously, but unless he was starting. I kind of felt pretty comfortable they were going to be able to minimize what these guys could do offensively, and they just had nothing. Everyone that took the mound today, for the most part, struggled. So I think the tank might just be, it's either running a little low or I don't know. Maybe we're not giving enough credit to these opposing offenses, to these opposing hitters. Could be that too. But it does kind of feel like their tank, these pitchers, they're running pretty low.
Even with the extra week of rest. But I've played baseball before, so I know how this works.
Okay.
So you have your pitching after a while. I mean, after a week, you will start getting out of the groove if you don't have consistency over time, because usually most of the teams that are off, they usually play simulated games for practice or whatever. They do that in the playoffs for Major League, but you're not in real live game hitting or pitching. Eventually you're going to get inconsistent because you're not consistently trying to figure out where's the best spot to pitch or where's the best spot to hit. I like the one pitcher for SEMO, though. That one he had where he went from 92 on his fastball to almost down to 69 miles per hour on a curve. That's old school baseball that I haven't seen in a long time for pitching, because most everybody does 95 to 97 fastball. Let's just blow them out of the water.
Was that Lawrence?
I think so.
He had the most Ks out of the bullpen. He ended up with 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 earned run, but he only gave up 2 hits. But he only pitched an inning plus 1. Wilma ended up with 3. He got the loss today. He ended up pitching 3 innings. He gave up 3 earned runs off 3 hits, one wild pitch.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that was something I've heard. SEMO that's kind of their approach. They're kind of an old school baseball team. Like, I think their mentality, at least on the mound.
But there is one pitcher we did save, and that was Gage Wood.
Yeah, Gage Wood. Yeah. Well, and listen, they're going to pitch some of these guys if it's all hands on deck game. If they got to go a little deeper. Again, I still feel I'll say this. I feel better than most other clubs. I mean, my God, you're ranked number 1 in ERA and all that stuff. I know lately matters more. You saw the strikeouts. They just broke another pitching record. I mean, I think I feel fine if 1 or 2 of these guys get to come out. I don't know who that would be. Some of them pitched a little more than I thought they would. Gackle ended up with 62 pitches.
All right. I'm curious to see if we get out of this regional, goes on to the supers. That other regional today, I seen the score. It looked like Virginia, they struggled against that team they was playing. It was only like 4-2.
Yeah, I didn't watch any other baseball today. We had our HVAC. We had our new AC unit installed, so I didn't get a chance to watch much. I kept up with some of the scores. Hopefully, I'm hoping tomorrow I can just sit down and watch some more baseball. This is my favorite time of year. This is obviously this is the March Madness equivalent for baseball, and it's fun. But yeah, I wish I could have watched more baseball today, but watched, like I said, a little bit here and there. By the way, don't forget, everybody, if you're in the Tusk Talk Discord, go take the prediction. If we break 40, oh man, I got a lot of XP I got to hand out today. Oh God, it sucks. But if you guys are, go look in the predictions. It's on the forums. It's on the left side of the screen. Most of you know what I'm talking about. Make sure you put your prediction in for Louisiana Tech and Kansas State, and then I'll have the new one up later on tonight, assuming I haven't been wiped out. Assuming I'm not out cold. We have cold air in my house again, thank God. So I'm probably going to sleep pretty hard tonight, but I'm going to try and stay up late enough to get that prediction up. So Arkansas tomorrow night, 8 p.m. We'll play the winner between Louisiana Tech and Kansas State. Is there one of those two? I mean, I think you and I both agree. I would rather not play Louisiana Tech. But, sometimes we do this. We buy into a team, and it turns out the other team that you're not talking about is the biggest threat in that tournament. Maybe it could be Kansas State. We're going to find out tonight. They play in 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think Kansas State's usually not a big baseball program. I know La Tech is.
Yeah. Louisiana Tech, I think, has a little bit of history for sure. They did end up using 5 pitchers. They used Molina, McIntyre, Fouch, Gackle, and Faherty. With Fouch getting the win. Yeah, Fouch got the win. Yeah. So going down these numbers, Stovall looks like he's kind of found his place a little bit. He did strike out a couple times. Stovall did, sorry, not Stovall. Diggs. Diggs ended up having a really good game. Diggs had 3 runs, 2 hits, an RBI. He had the home run. He walked, and then he was hit by a pitch. He's been fighting, that poor guy. He's been fighting off injuries all season. Then he gets hit. Just another reason why you shouldn't play conference tournaments. I know this isn't that, but you get a little concerned about these guys and you play in these pointless tournaments, conference tournaments. But he did good today in this NCAA regional. Arkansas ended up with 16 total hits off, or got 17 runs off their total 16 hits. The complaining and the "we should fire everybody" crowd might need to chill just for a minute about what Thompson's doing with the hitting. I think they did all right. It's crazy. Arkansas scores 8 runs in 3 innings or whatever it was, the first 2 innings. We still had people complaining about Nate Thompson. Now, I will admit, I don't remember who that was on third base that didn't advance. Everyone was upset that he didn't advance and try to take home. That was, I thought that was, should have done it. There was another play at third base. Arkansas thought they had the out. Dave Van Horn didn't challenge it. That was a little bit concerned. I don't know what that was all about. Don't know why they didn't wave the fella in to go score. And then on the defensive side for Arkansas, I don't know why Dave didn't challenge that play at third base.
That day was clearly out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. And I get it. The next play, it was a single pitch, really easy out, pop up. But still, man, I guess he just wanted to save that other challenge. I don't know.
I thought there'd be an automatic review. I didn't think there would be a challenge, but I thought, if there's a call there, it could be an automatic review from the umpires.
I could be wrong, but I've heard that the way they review in postseason baseball is different. And maybe there are no automatic reviews. I don't know. I know you get 2. Each team still gets the 2 reviews, right?
Right, I knew that.
So I don't know. And here's the thing, he would have won that review. So he wouldn't have lost it.
Yeah, that dude was clear, because I was watching and I seen the dude. He clearly was shot off the bag and he was tagged.
Yeah, it was clear. You didn't even need slow motion to see that. I mean, he was clearly. How about McLaughlin today? 6 RBIs. My God, 3 hits, 2 runs off his 5 at bats. 309. Look at him going off. I'll tell you who I've been really impressed with lately. And he's caught fire, and he's caught fire at the right time. It's White. White has been the man. Only struck out once today. Walked. He had 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, 2 hits, 3 runs. He's just been the man.
I tell you what, Kendall Diggs is supposed to catch on. They used to that one sequence bat. It was almost a 12 pitch at bat, and he got on.
Yeah, that was crazy. I wasn't sure when that was going to end. Aloy, didn't rack up the RBIs. I mean, he is your team leading. He leads your team in RBIs with 55 on the year, so now he's got 56 on the year. He's making his way to 60 total RBIs. He's having a hell of a year. Yeah, if these guys if they continue, I'm not saying they're going to get 16 hits a game. You shouldn't need, with this pitching, 16 hits and 17 runs. However, lately, you feel like the bats have got to stay hot because Arkansas could get into a little bit of trouble.
How's the pitching for La Tech and K-State?
Yeah, I actually had that up. I have that. Hold on. What was that, Friday's show? I have those numbers somewhere. Hang on. Well, okay. No, I just have Arkansas and SEMO's numbers. I don't have K-State and Louisiana Tech's numbers on my screen, but I know that
it's not that great.
I know that lately both those teams, well, I don't want to speak too much because one of them kind of doing the opposite thing where they're playing a little bit better later on in the year, or maybe they kind of earned their way in. I think that might have been K-State, who played really well the beginning of the year, and then they kind of slowed down. That was either, maybe it was them, or that could have been another bracket. I wish I had that in front of me, but I don't have their stuff in front of me, so I don't want to speak too much. But Arkansas in this tournament, dead last batting average, 267. On base, they're 55th. I mean, they're last, or they're in the 50s, 60s in every category on offense outside of walks. We know they've always been pretty good at getting on base, just, with walks. They strike out a lot. They're 171st in the country in strikeouts, and they're 222nd in the country in batting average. Arkansas is. So, it's good to see them turn that around today. And hopefully, and this is the other part of this, right? Like, it's easy to brag on Nate Thompson right now or Arkansas's hitting and what they were doing. The problem they've had is consistently doing this, right? We'll see if they can do it tomorrow. If they can, if they hit similar to the way they did tonight,
I like our chances.
I think they're going to be a really hard out moving forward. Not just obviously the regional, but if they make the supers. If they get hot, and they said it on the broadcast, it's going to be a really, really hard team to get out in the tournament in postseason, especially with the pitching. It's just it could be. I mean, the makings are there. I mean, we know the potential of this bullpen. I think, again, the question goes back to, is there much left in the tank? Are these guys running a little low, in terms of just their arm strength and their power and their command on the mound? We don't know. I would argue that it certainly seems like that might be the case. They're getting a little low. If you guys want to call in, link is available. I realize I don't do a lot of baseball. I literally was DM'd. Why are you doing baseball? I literally got that DM. My audience is football. That's cool. I'm glad you guys are here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Curtis Tay says, why haven't all you people quit your jobs yet? Oh, okay. That's not what I thought it was. I thought he was going to tell him to go get into coaching. Christian.
I'll go right, Ty.
I was going to say, Christian Bradley, I have 2 tickets for the K-State Louisiana Tech game. Hog Pen if anyone wants them. Yeah.
Well, this game was one of the craziest things I ever seen. The stat was they said it had 5 3-run homers. I have never seen a baseball game have 5 3-run homers.
Yep. Arkansas had 3. SEMO had 2.
That's wild.
That's crazy, especially when you consider Arkansas's reputation, right?
And we're the highest scoring game of all the, if you look at all the scores, we're the highest scoring team out of all the games today.
Which could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it, right? If you're looking at what you gave up to get there.
I just hope we don't have an NC State deja vu again. Because remember, game 1 against NC State, put 23, then next 2 games couldn't do nothing.
Here's some of the scores around. We've got let's see. Oh, that's not right. Hold on. Yeah, LSU ended up beating Wofford. Was that how did I think
Wofford?
Yeah, they beat Wofford 4-3. They walked that off.
Not 100% sure.
Kentucky had a big lead on Western Michigan, similar to what Arkansas was doing. I think it was like 8-0 or 7-0.
That was like 10-8.
Yeah, Kentucky won 10-8. Vanderbilt got smoked 13-3 by Coastal Carolina. Florida State beat Stetson 7-2. Virginia and Pennsylvania. Virginia won 4-2. Indiana beat Southern Miss 10-4. Georgia got out of the Army game 8-7. A&M beat Grambling 8-0. Eastern Carolina lost. Eastern Carolina, every year I see them in the tournament, I'm like, keep an eye on Eastern Carolina. They always just seem dangerous. But they lost to Evansville 4-1. South Carolina had to go extra innings against James Madison. That ought to sound familiar. James Madison. What'd you do to them earlier in the year? South Carolina won 8-7. And right now, let's see, Florida beat Nebraska 5-2. Texas just started. Well, I say just started. They're at the bottom of the fourth. They're on top of Louisiana 3-2. Got a whole bunch of games going on right now. Tennessee is trailing Northern Kentucky.
Curse of the 1 seed again.
Yep, 1-0. It's early. It's early. I get it. I'm just saying. Bama's only on top of UCF 5-4.
That's crazy that the 1 seed hasn't won this tournament since Miami did it in 99.
Yeah, I was in 9th grade. No, I was a sophomore in high school. That's wild.
I was in 3rd grade.
Why you got to do that to me, man?
Hey, I'm mid-30s, 35 this year, so.
Yeah. Scrolling up here. Chris Wright says our schedule was loaded in the end, so they looked really good for most of the season. No, man, I don't think it's that simple. You think it's that simple? They just took advantage of an easy schedule. They took 3 out of 4 to James Madison, who's playing in the tournament. They beat Oregon State.
Ty, look at the teams on our schedule who are in this tournament right now. You've got James Madison. You've got Oklahoma State, Oregon State. I mean, it's teams that we've played, and especially in the SEC. Look how many teams are in the SEC in this tournament. 11 teams.
Yeah. Little Rock, they swept LSU. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, they had it easy. What are you talking about? No, they did not.
Baseball in the SEC is not easy at all.
Even the bottom 5 teams in the SEC are probably going to be at least competitive everywhere else.
And it's going to be even crazier with Texas and Oklahoma coming.
Yeah, Texas, especially Texas. Yeah, they took 2 midweek against Texas Tech. They went on the road. Now this is obviously towards the end of the year, but they went on the road and they beat South Carolina, took 2 out of 3. No, Arkansas, I think, was legit one of the top 2 teams in the country. Of course, that's, sure, that's biased, but I mean, I listen to what those guys at D1 say. I read. I keep an eye on some of these numbers. I think they're a pretty legitimate top 2, top 3 team in college baseball most of the season. And you could argue, other than that Oklahoma State loss, they probably were. And even with the losses, that's just baseball. Sometimes you just, like, you didn't 4-0 James Madison. You played them in 4 games. You took 3 out of 4. That's baseball. You clearly were the better team, way better than Madison. And they're playing in the damn tournament. Oregon, like you said, Oregon State, Oklahoma State. I mean, the list goes on. Grambling. Isn't Grambling's in this thing, are they not? Yeah, they lost. They got smoked, but you look down, like you mentioned, you look down this list of teams that are playing. Arkansas played a lot of these guys and beat a lot of these guys. Wasn't until, you could argue the more difficult part of their schedule caught up to them. And I think that's probably, there's some legitimacy to that. But, I mean, RPI, strength of schedule, most of the year, Arkansas was pretty freaking high.
Yeah, the regular season's a marathon to get to a spot in this tournament. And then once you get your spot in tournament, all hands are on deck to try to win this thing.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. Top 3 in the field, bottom 3 with bats. Well, we're talking about wins, Camo. That's what matters. Wins are what matter, right? And Arkansas, even when their hitting was struggling, they were still winning games because their pitching was just insane. And it wasn't just Hagan. I mean, yeah, Hagan's clearly your golden cow, of course, but I mean, they had some just fire coming out of that bullpen this year. So going back to this game really quick, again, Arkansas got 16 hits. I'm not – listen, I hate that I have to become the Thompson defender, but lately hitting the ball has not been the issue. It's been runners in scoring position. And today, Arkansas, not much better, but at least they got runs. They were 6 for 16, which is 375 with runners in scoring position. SEMO was 4 of 13. They obviously didn't have as many attempts, but Arkansas did a fairly decent job. I mean, if you can get at least 6 of those guys home, that's not bad. That's typically should be good. I don't like 6 of 16. My God, that still means you got 10 there roaming around. Bases loaded. Arkansas loaded the bases up 3 different times today. 15 to 24 on advancement opportunities. They're struck out looking 1 of 8, reached on error twice. So, yeah, I mean, not smart defensive play by SEMO, and it ended up costing them a little bit. But Arkansas also not brilliant all game long. Again, there were certainly a couple things today. I was a little like, wait a minute, what are you doing? Why didn't you send him home? What are you doing? But you know what? They still found a way. 17 RBIs, of course, with the runs. But the 16 hits is insane. Definitely did not see that coming. I knew the bats, again, they weren't a problem. But my God, 16 hits? I mean, even a team like Tennessee would probably be pretty proud of that. Again, Stovall, although he didn't have any RBIs, but he's doing okay. No doubt. He's doing all right. White is coming along. McLaughlin's doing what McLaughlin does, bringing in guys, moving him down. What is he at? He's still in the 4 hole, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. With 6 RBIs, 3 hits off 4 or 5 attempts, 5 at-bats. Aloy did pretty well. Diggs is coming around. I'm with you, man. If Arkansas puts this whole thing together, they are going to be, I would say they're going to be the toughest out in the tournament between them and probably Kentucky and Tennessee. I'm sure there's a group of 5 school in there somewhere. There always is.
Coastal Carolina's the team. Yeah, the group of 5 that scares me.
Yes, they tore it up today. Where's that score at? I know it's on my screen somewhere. Yeah. Vanderbilt. We already talked about it. 13-3. Now, there is a question about how good Vanderbilt really is. Do they really belong? I don't care, man. That's an SEC school with a little bit of polish on their name. They may not be as good as years past, but still, Coastal Carolina plus 10 runs, 13-3.
And they've won a national championship. Last time they won was 2016.
Yeah, Coastal Carolina is legit. Oh, wait, Vanderbilt or Coastal Carolina?
Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, I was going to say, I knew Coastal won one.
It's been about 8 years since they've last won one.
Yeah. Of course, we know Vanderbilt's, they've done their fair share of damage too in postseason. I listen, if you're going to ask me who I'm rooting for, of course, it looks good for the SEC. And I hate to actively root against some of these schools, but yeah, no, I would Coastal Carolina. I'm probably going to cheer for moving on.
Now, is Mississippi State, they're in that Virginia regional, aren't they?
I think so.
Be crazy we have to face Mississippi State at home again.
Well, again, you're at home. It's obviously what you prefer, and I don't know. I mean, anything can happen. It's year 2, right? Or it's the second part of the season. Appreciate the retweets, by the way. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. Appreciate it. It's second part of the season. Just about anything can happen. We know how this works, but yeah, there's yeah. there are several teams in this tournament I want nothing to do with. At least not until like Omaha. It's like, all right, let's see what you got. I don't want to go home early this year, and I do think not reaching Omaha would be really like a shot. I mean, this team just with the pitching, and I realize hitting has been atrocious, but it's just so hard to look at what they've accomplished on the mound this year, and to just not see that in Omaha would be such a shame. Hagen Smith not making it to Omaha, it would just be. It's already disappointing. It's never a good feeling to get eliminated. But I want to see Hagen and these guys. I want to see them in Omaha. It just feels right, Of course, it always feels right when your team makes it to Omaha, when the guys you're following or you're cheering for.
Yeah, I'm hoping they get there because if they do, I'm definitely got plans to go to Nebraska in person.
You're gonna go?
I'm gonna go.
Have you ever been before?
I've never been, and I've been wanting to go so bad.
Yeah, I think it'd be a fun experience. Someone has reached out to me about going to Omaha, and I've basically I have to turn it down because to do what I do, I have to have access to all my stuff here. My laptop is not strong enough, and I'm not going to do a live show on my phone when I have an obligation to sponsors. You can't put sponsors on your screen on a phone. You can't, at least I don't know how you do it. If there's a way to put a overlay on your phone, I don't think you can. Sponsors pay for that spot. So, of course I got to hold up my end of the bargain, but yeah, I would like to go, but to be honest with you, I'm perfectly fine being here watching it, but that would be something fun. I know people that have gone and they always have a blast. Trying to scroll down here to see. Well, I was going to look for another. Oh, there it is. There it is. Top 5. Okay. North Carolina currently losing to Long Island 3-2, top of the 5th. This is the Chapel Hill Regional. Tallahassee Regional, we know we just talked about that a minute ago. UCF now on top of Alabama 6-5. Mississippi State on top of St. John's 2-0. Oklahoma State on top of I'm not even going to pronounce that name. I'm going to mess that up. Do you know who Oklahoma State's playing?
Nicholas State?
No. Niagara? Niagara?
Oh,
is that Niagara?
I think it's Niagara.
Is that how you spell Niagara? Niagara? I'm not listen. I'm on that Arkansas education, man.
Same year.
I've never seen that actually spelled. Niagara. But it doesn't look like that's how you spell it. Niagara. No, Niagara. It doesn't look like how it sounds. Oh man.
I know when I seen LIU, I was thinking it was Liberty, but I had to double check. It's Long Island.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. Indiana State and Illinois, they're tied. Well, nothing apiece, top of the second. Ooh, Texas, Louisiana might be a good one. Top of the 5th, 3-2. Texas lead. And Florida's still on top of Nebraska, just keeping up on all these scores. West Virginia did beat Dallas Baptist. Someone was asking me about that game. West Virginia did beat Dallas Baptist 4-1. Nichols, there's a game. There's a high-scoring game. Nichols, bottom of the 9th, beating UC Irvine 12-11.
Whoa. Irvine was up big in that game when I last checked.
Yeah. That's the Corvallis Regional. That's another one I'm probably butchering. Bro, I've never seen Niagara. I would never have. If you were to ask me how to spell Niagara, are we sure that's how you spell Niagara? I guess that is Niagara. I guess so. It just doesn't sound. Doesn't sound like it.
I tell you one thing, those ESPN announcers today, boy, they said they've never been to Fayetteville before. They said this crowd was big for 2 o'clock. They kept saying, "Well, it's a 2 o'clock game." I said they have never seen a crowd. Like I said, y'all must have never been to Fayetteville, Arkansas, or even the Arkansas as a state. We all, when Hogs are playing, everybody together. It's like Christmas time.
Yeah, it's a big deal in Fayetteville. I think they mentioned on the broadcast they'd never been here before, and I thought they were fine. I thought they did a pretty decent job, but I kind of wish they would bring people who have been here before.
Right.
Or your normal broadcasters. I mean, nothing against these. Then again, you do get to hear their experience like unfold on live television. Like they kept going on about the beer hats.
Beer hats, yeah.
They kept going on about that and the hog call and then they made the comment about this being the first game of the day, being the 2 p.m. game, not being the 8 p.m. game. Yeah. I kind of wish it was the 8 p.m. game just so they could experience that. Baum is, oh my God, postseason baseball, hosting a regional at night, Baum Stadium. Get out of here. It's crazy. Crazy. The electricity is, you could feel it in the air.
And I'm glad we got a night game tomorrow. Looks like it's going to be a late call-in show tomorrow.
Yeah. I should be available tomorrow night to do a show, a post game. I plan on it. But just keep in mind it may not happen. There's also the possibility that it doesn't happen. So I'll keep everyone up to date on Discord. But I plan on it at the moment, but that could change. Which team is Arkansas's worst matchup? I would argue Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, I agree. Louisiana Tech is. I guess we'll find out here. Actually, they're supposed to get ready to start playing now. Looks like
they're getting ready to start. Get a shirt. That's actually a really good idea. Get a shirt made with all the sponsors. That's a good idea. Or get them on a hat, and then like, hey, here's the sponsorship. That's thinking outside the box right there, Camo. You ever worked in marketing? You ever been a producer before? I might give you a call. That's some outside the box thinking. Tyson, I saw this. Yeah, they postponed the fight.
You could create your own sponsor flag and just bring a flag with you.
Yeah.
Backdrop.
True. Yeah. Just wave the little flags. All right. Yeah, the Tyson Paul fight postponed because Tyson's got an ulcer. I think that's what I read. Pretty sure. If the bats stay hot, I'm not really worried about anyone, to be honest.
Be careful what you say. There's good pitching out there.
Someone will get you, right? Someone will come along and get Arkansas. Or just your hitting. I mean, someone will come along and throw you off. They've got a couple pitches in their arsenal that you just can't hit. It happens. You're going to run into it. You just better hope that you find a way to get on base, whether that's walks or getting hit by a pitch, whatever. Just get on base, and then hope that your pitching holds up their end. Unfortunately, they were unable to do that today. So again, Arkansas gets the win. Pretty nice piece of hitting today. They actually strung together hits. Again, consistency. Doing this again, it's going to be a different bullpen. It's going to be a different matchup. But doing it again, could go a really long ways if you could show that you could do it consistently. John, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, eventually, once we get this done over with, I'm going to give you guys my my football predictions. I'm going to save it for July, about late July. I will give you my so-called Goodman football predictions.
Oh, okay. All right, man. Looking forward to it.
All right. Y'all be good.
It's John Goodman, everybody. There you go. It's John Goodman. Legendary status member, too. I think he's still one. I think John's still a legendary status member. Don't forget, if you guys are, you get a shot at winning. He could win another card. I mean, that's the benefits of being a legendary status member. Got a shot, that bad boy right there. Corliss, baby. Autographed Corliss card. All right. That is going to do it. Again, shout out to the sponsors, Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company, same-day services, quality parts, affordable outcomes. If you or you know someone who's been affected by the weather in Rogers and Bentonville, the tornadoes, anyone affected by said tornadoes, DSO, Direct Service Overhead, is offering completely free estimates, and they're getting stuck open doors closed and getting cars out of garages that are shut for free. Apparently, he's been doing a lot of those lately, so he wanted me to get the word out. Shout out to Travis, doing good work over there, man. And of course, Insurance Max, same day. I about said same day services. Business, personal, life and health insurance, retirement. They've got you over at Insurance Max. We shop the best rates for you. Sign up or call for a free quote. Get a chance at winning a copy of EA College Football 2.5. Get your name thrown into a hat. Maybe you get a free copy. All you got to do is sign up, go to the website, or you can call and get a free quote and you get your name thrown in there. All right. Okay. That is going to do it. I do appreciate you guys. Remember, on your way out, like, share, subscribe. It's been a long day. It's going to come to an end. I'm hoping to watch a little baseball tonight. I hopefully will see you. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. If not, it'll be whenever after that. But hopefully, again, the plan is to go live tomorrow. So I will see you guys sometime soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, or the rest of your Friday, I should say. And I'll see you then.